What? From not having a session to having 2 in a row back to back. What's up? Couple things I want to show you guys real quick. Anyway, for replayers, you can still heart away, tap the screen. You can also tap that little person to share and all that stuff. I do want to show a couple things. So we have Rolo and Willy who are hanging out. These guys play rough. They're actually here just because the owners are away. We did some training with Willy while he was gone and Rolo back in the day. But now that he's older, they play a little rough and the owners have been having a little bit of trouble with that. So I want to be able to interrupt and slow down. That's really important, and make sure that I'm relevant. I think one of the biggest things with the owners, hopefully you guys are watching, is that they have given him too much freedom, too much leniency. If you hear a little bit of whining and stuff downstairs, that's an anxious dog, Timu. Now that he's not dealing with anxiety and aggression, he does deal with anxiety, or with aggression, he's dealing with anxiety when things are going on without him, right? One thing I do want to show are new winter coats that I'm pretty stoked about. So we have our hood, it is waterproof. We have our nice little logo over here. We also have the logo on the back. Could you close that door? Thanks. And cool thing is that they're super warm. They also have a liner that we can wear as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. Thanks for the heart, guys. The hearts. I know you missed me. I missed you guys too. No, just some regular, I got a nice Bruce Lee shirt. Check this out. Bet you didn't know that Bruce Lee was a world champion skateboarder. Facts. So let me take this off. Show these guys goofing off. And this is something that we're going to be practicing with. Check this out really quickly. Not yet, but we might be selling we might be giving away some hats. Pretty cool. I'm thinking about it. We might be giving away some hats, just like these. I'm going to be making more of these. Snapbacks with our logos on them. The same company that did those, I really like their work. So we might have giveaways where you guys have certain contests and stuff where we're giving that stuff away. Yeah, no problem. Guys, for those of you that follow us on our YouTube channel, that watch our Dog Behavior Question Tuesday show, we did film the new episode of Dog Behavior Question Tuesday, but it's going to air tomorrow, okay? Yeah, if we get the hats in on time, actually we will have them in. I'll bring a hat for you for sure. When I head over to Hong Kong, looking forward to that. So we're letting these guys play. One thing that's really important is I need to be able to break it up. These guys don't know when to stop, and this puppy gets too intense. So I need to be able to do that. And he's got to be able to downtime. Hey, all right? I don't care whether he places right now. I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking for a strict shut off. I'm asking you to turn off and tone it down. Be able to drink some water, because that level of play is appropriate with his sibling, but that's more than likely will not be tolerated in dog parks or around other dogs. So you have to learn how to be more polite. If you only know 100% play, go, what ends up happening is you tend to be less social than more dogs that know how to kind of, like Soko's great. Like, you tend to know how to, like, when to be polite, when to be soft. Ooh, you can play rough, when to play rough. Maxwell's another dog that's really good with that. So you can see here, he's walking around them soft. He's walking around the other dogs. This is what we want to see, right? We just took them out for a walk. They peed. They didn't poop just as last time, but that's all right. Another issue that they've been having with this guy is they're saying that he's not potty trained. The truth is he is, but he's not an adult, so he's not responsible enough to be on his own in a 2-3 story apartment in New York City, where he can just be on his own for hours. He needs to be crated. He needs to be micromanaged. They need to be good time managers. So he's been here. He's been in the room. He's had that. He's young. He's like under a year. And he did like a board and train with us at like 3 months, 4 months. If you go back into our Instagram and stuff, you'll see like this is like the first 3-month-old that we had, like doing a perfect like off-leash heel and all that, you know what I mean? So he has a lot of awesome foundation work. It's just the foundation work was so good at a young age that the owners got lenient and was like, wow, this is a perfect dog. On top of that, they also have Rolo, who was like an easy dog where like he was one of those rare cases where he was potty trained in a day and like didn't make mistakes. But the average dog, you gotta help more. So I'll show you again really quickly. So you can see he gets really, really rough. I don't mind the rough play. They're getting along fine, but hey, guys, good. There has to be interruption. Good. He has to learn how to tone it off and chill. Rolo's gonna go back after him. I'll allow that for a little bit. I'm more focused on making sure that this guy knows when to turn off, because I know that my man Rolo Polo listens, right? My little alien dog. Oh yes. Even here, if I want to give this guy affection, oh yeah, I can give him affection, and you gotta learn to mind your business, right? So this is very, very important. Oh, good boy. My boy Rolo Polo. What's up, buddy? What's up? And you can see he's keeping his distance. This is very, 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 go. So this guy I'll send away, right? Not you, not you. Oh, yes, Willy. Good. Yeah, really important. Well, you have to micromanage, because micromanaging is until they're responsible enough where you don't have to be on top of them. You have to be on top of them to make sure they're doing the right things, right? So it's like if I hire a secretary, do you really think that I'm not going to keep an eye on him or her and just, all right, well, this is what you got to do and do the best of your abilities because I have other things that I have to do and I can't pay attention. No, I'm going to make sure I train them the right way. I'm going to make sure that, like, look, when you answer the email, this is how you word it. This is how you title it. This is how you speak. This is what I expect. This is what you send them. Get used to doing that, and then I'm going to check on them. And then I'm going to tell them, hey, you need to email Marie. This is how you do it. You need to email Marie. This is your login. You need to email Marie. This is how. And eventually, a month down the line, I go, you need to email Marie. I need you to do it this. And she's like, yeah, I got it. I know. I've been doing it for a couple of months. And it's like, awesome. Well, if you know, beautiful, here's your list. You know how to do it. So until they're responsible enough to do that chore, you got to help them and give them more information, right? Yeah, well, then you work on impulse control. Right? Is that Trudy? What's up, Trudy? See, I'm remembering some of these names now. Impulse control is very, very, very important. You must have one hold the place and work on your energy too. Don't go through the roof like, oh, what's up if the other one can't handle it. Be accommodating and understand that, okay, this dog is learning this. Maybe I'm going to be calmer. Phoebe here. What's up? How are you? You know, that one holds the place. Good job. A little bit of food. The other one holds a place, chills out. And then you call the other one and you practice that. Very, very important stuff, in my opinion, right? Impulse control is underrated, and a lot of people don't realize that, oh, what's up? Oh, yes, that can be done, right? So you see, this is chill. Go play, go do something else. Here, you can take this basketball if you want. Couple basketballs there. Rolo can play. You can see he can chill. Now, another thing that I can do, Rolo, come here, place. I can place him, good. He can chill out. And then I can say, Willy, right? What's up, you? What's up, puppy? So he realizes, yeah, you get your time too. Absolutely, you get your time, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, and he learns, oh, this guy is not bad. He's not a criminal. Laying down the law. Everybody has to have laws, right? It's just, so it's what keeps things calm. It's what keeps things orderly. It's what allows you to actually be more free, as silly as that sounds, right? And then I can, check this out. Okay, Rolo. Yeah, buddy. They learn how to follow the rules. Life is easy, folks, right? So that's pretty much it. Now we'll let these guys come and do their thing. All right? Goof around. If they run into Dizzy, he'll probably correct them. This is all good stuff, right? Okay. And then right here, good. Soko. Good. And as long as I disperse, important. If they're dispersing and then going right back into it and dispersing, going back into it, and the state of mind is not changing, I need to micromanage and help a little more. So by micromanaging, in this case, what I mean is I need to give them more information, being a little more strict. Not only am I telling you to disperse, I'm telling you disperse and hold the place and disperse. The mental state that switches when you disperse, hold that for a little bit longer. Don't just do it and then go right back into it. Don't be here all the time. learn how to chill, learn how to tolerate, learn how to socialize that way, coexist. And then when I say, okay, then go bananas, right? That stuff is super, super, super important. And I feel like dog owners and dog trainers don't emphasize on that enough. That's really funny. Oh, of course. You have to physically stop him. Like I did it the first time with him, right? I can come in right now and I can, hey, and he's already moving. But now if I want, come here, come on. See, he doesn't have the recall that I need. So what I have to do is I have to use my body to send him and actually push. See, I actually use my foot there. Place. Hey. So now I use, you know how I use these stockyard whips to extend my hand? I use my foot as my dressage to kind of herd spatial pressure, learn how to chill. When recall gets good, I spend more time doing the opposite. Right here, I actually just interrupted. Quickly, he was just about to dart over there toward Willie, and I used my foot here, stepped in. As I stepped in, I also eased off when I saw a certain switch in him. Because everything's kind of pressure on, pressure off. Leash pressure on. If I'm asking for a sit, when I start to see the butt going down, I relieve pressure. It's like a gas clutch. For those of you that know how to drive stick, people like, younger people are like, what is that, stick, standard? I don't know what that is. But it's sort of like that. Same thing with remote pressure. Pressure on, pressure off. Down the line, check this out, he's gonna end up laying down here in a second. There you go. Down the line, I spend more time not pressuring a dog and actually walking away and calling because I get their recall really, really good. So if I need him to go over here, I'm gonna call that dog over. He's gonna come and then I'm gonna send him over to place. You know what I mean? So your body language is important. And if you don't have a dog that reads your body language and understands pressure, there's no pressure awareness, you have to teach that. Otherwise, I mean, I guess you don't have to, but it makes your job much, much more difficult, right? So that's it. Just a little bit of late night fun with these guys. I'm gonna get them down. We have a couple more dogs that we have to get out. And that is pretty much it. I'll show you my dog really quickly, making sweet love to this basketball. I stopped. I just stopped. There you go. Look, he left a hickey. He left a hickey on the basketball. So that's pretty much it, guys. I will do a short Q&A with you guys right now. I'll take like 3 questions. And I promise to get back on the Periscope regiment. I almost fell. I will be, okay guys, I will be making sure to do that. I know I was away for a while on here, but we were doing a lot of great stuff everywhere else. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. But let's get to the questions, folks. What do we have? What do we have? How do you teach a dog heel? Okay, that's a great question. Thank you, I appreciate that, Amy. You teach a dog heel, it depends on what you mean by heel. Do you mean, I'll show you this here. Do you mean, hold on one second. Let me place these other guys really, really quickly. So, because there's different types of heels. There's precision, right? Rolo, place. Good. Down. Good. Willie, place. Nope. See, he's an avoider. And the way you, down. The way he's an avoider is because when I try to give him direction, he always like avoids and it works for him. You can tell in the way like bodies kind of move. So there's different types of heels. There's a heel on the walk, where a heel on the walk looks like this. I'll show you this really quickly. A heel on the walk looks like this, and how you see on our Facebook pages when I'm walking dogs, when they kind of walk at your side or behind you. For a lot of people, that's what they mean by a heel. And then there's also the people that, I'll show you with my dog, that are looking for more of a precision. So I'll try to show you in the mirror here at the same time while looking at him. Soko, sit. Good, close. And looking at you with eye contact, right? And then I back up and you have a dog that, nope, close. good, close. And when you spin, you kind of get that, nope, good, through, good, through, close. And you get dogs that hold the heel like this. If you're precision healing, yes, you gotta use a lot of food. You have to use a lot of food and shaping and working the dog for their meals. Don't worry about treats, work the dog for their actual meals. Willie, nope, place, good, down. Good. If you're talking about like just walking on a heel, I actually don't use a lot of food for that. I just use a lot of leash pressure, body language, energy, and just making sure that my body is matching my leash pressure and I'm really congruent. So we'll use more negative reinforcement for that, releasing pressure. What's up? How's it going? Releasing pressure when they're doing the right thing, right? Rear end awareness. You know who's really good with stuff like that? Well, there's so many actually, but Andrew's been working on that. If you watch that Andrew, are you here on this Periscope? But he's doing a lot of that stuff with Samson, where he learned from Forrest Mickey, rewind, where you have a dog that's kind of spinning around you with their butts. You can also teach a lot of rear end awareness with putting them on like even smaller than this and having them do touch pads where they learn to kind of spin. There's so many ways. Tyler Muto's really good at that. Josh Moran, barefoot dog trainer, he'll show you stuff like that. Andrew A. Travis will show you stuff like that. Forrest Mickey really has a lot of nice videos like that. Yeah, so for me, we just use the treat tote and the food comes from our hands. The kibble comes from our hands. Any dog can do it. There are some dogs that have more motivation than others. That doesn't necessarily mean food motivation, because you can get any dog food motivated, but some dogs just tend to have more drive and want to work a little bit more. Tulip, yes, very soft. So if you watch, we did a session with Gus. You'll probably you can find our Periscope sessions on catch.me. Catch.me will show a Periscope session where we worked with Gus the full time, and he was super sensitive. So you tend to have dogs that want to either ignore the leash pressure or that are super sensitive to it. So it really depends. But the biggest thing is you need to make sure that you're clear with a few things. I'm gonna put a leash on this guy really quickly so I can show you. And I'm also gonna try and prop this up so that you can see this. Whoa, give me a second. Whoop. I think I just pulled my, one sec, guys. Hey, Willie, place. Good, so the puppy keeps breaking place. Somebody hasn't been practicing. So she got nervous, yeah, and what you did is you freaked, and then when you freaked, you shut the pressure off. So a dog goes, oh, when I get nervous and I act like this stops. What you need to do is you need to teach them that they're responsible for what they're feeling, and you can't ask for a whole lot. All you're trying to teach, I'm gonna set this up and I'm gonna show you in a second. I'm gonna have to hold off on the questions for a bit though, because I'm gonna actually have to show this to you. I'll show you guys what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to set this up on here. My dog, get off of there. That's not for you right now. I'm gonna set this up. I think I just broke this. Hold on one second. Ah! Let's see if I can get this going. I gotta buy another one of these. Let's see how this is looking. This is looking pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna get my dog on a leash. Okay, so when we're looking at teaching a dog how to walk on a collar, prong collar, or just walk politely on something in general, what you're looking to do is teach them, and this is with anything, this is the same thing with food, it's kind of like the same concept. Teach them that their choices matter, meaning that when a dog is on here, first off, your dog can't be spastic running around. You want to be very aware as a handler that you're aware of when pressure is going on and when pressure is going off. You want to be as sensitive as possible so you can talk as sensitive as possible. Some dogs are not used to being spoken to sensitively because they're always walking on tension. Then they feel something that actually matches and they don't know what that is, so you do have to work on being softer. So it's the concept of pressure is going on here, pressure is shutting off. And when you can teach your dog that when pressure goes on here, and I maybe step in, pressure can come off. You can teach this with food. If a dog knows how to do something prior, introducing a new language is actually easier. Meaning, let's say my dog knows how to sit for food. I don't have food in my hand, but let's say my dog knows sit, and he does that. What if I started to teach sit and I applied a little bit of pressure, or we were walking in this direction and I do something like this, and I apply the pressure and he sits. We're talking sensitivity, right? Really, really soft stuff. And then I go ahead and I give him food. Or when we're feeding, he feels a little bit of pressure, pressure comes off and he gets food. And then all of a sudden he feels, and this is assuming the dog is food motivated, but if your dog is working for food, they will be. All of a sudden he feels a little bit of pressure, pressure comes off, and he gets food. So he starts realizing this is conversation. What's up? He is, but you can get you guys down now. I
was going to walk Kino. Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, where's Kino?
In his crate.
Did you bring him down? Why?
No, his mom was up here from earlier.
Where, he's in his crate, yeah, I was just saying just bring them down to swap them, you know what I mean?
Gotcha, yeah.
She's being defiant, you see this?
That's it. Had enough.
So for example, so he's down, right? And he's looking at her. There is no, when I say pressure, I mean tension. There is no tension on the leash. Believe it or not, this gold clasp, when this is lifted, there is pressure on that. So we want to make sure the clasp is hanging. When I apply pressure, he knows that he can shut it off at any moment that he wants simply by walking toward it. So when pressure goes on, pressure goes off. You need to be aware. Give me a second here. You need to be aware of your pressure. Your pressure cannot be too high. Your pressure needs to guide. It's like if you've ever been horseback riding, you're guiding the head. You want sensitivity. Most dogs that are good on pressure, on leash pressure and stuff, horses, when you pull the reins, you never really have to actually pull the reins. It's so soft to get them to kind of turn and do those things, right? So in a nutshell, that's really what you're doing. You need to be aware of when you're releasing, when you're applying pressure, and how clear you're speaking. You can't teach a dog a language if when you speak it with a thick accent. It's really, really difficult for them to understand that, right? So that's the first thing we look at. And then once you know that, it's just pressure release stuff, and it's relatively easy. What other questions do we have, guys? I'll answer like one or two more, then I got a boogie. You texted me that, yeah, and I forgot to get back to you. And it blows. It depends. Like for my dog, and for most dogs in reality, if a dog knows it and I missed the ball to kind of catch it sooner and give you guidance, but you decided to be like a douche anyway and act a certain way, if you know I've corrected you before and I've said I don't tolerate that, and this is still happening, an ideal correction is something you don't have to do often because you actually corrected it, right? So usually yes, Mr. Six, I'll just use yes or okay or whatever. For my dog, I use yes because we use the three markers, good, yes, and nope. But going back to Meatball Hubert, I'm gonna do something where like I correct, and it's like learn what it means. Like that's it, enough. Do not act that way with me, period. I don't want to have to go there. I don't want to see you go there. Let's just not go there. And if I've been fair enough, I've taught the dog what to do instead. I've tried to be soft. I've said, hey. It's like my friend. I've said, hey, man, please do me a favor. Like, I really get offended when you bring up the fact that hair doesn't grow here on my beard, right? And then he jokes about it. Dude, I pull him off to the side after away from my friends. I told you I'm really, really defensive of the fact that hair doesn't, and I made this up. I'm not defensive, but it is true. Hair doesn't grow there. I told you, I really don't like that, man. Just like, don't bring that up again. And then he does it again, and he does it again. And then finally, I just finished telling you, and I blow through the roof, or I push him or something. And I'm like, how many times I got to tell you? I need him to take me seriously. Otherwise, oh, I'm sorry, man. I thought you were joking. I didn't realize that you were actually like offended by that. So at some point, if you've been fair and you've done that, close that door, please. Then it's time to kind of let him know, like, all right, enough is enough. And if you're clear with how you correct, it's a correct, do this instead, right? So that's really important. Usually a correction is correcting with the leash and then actually like redirecting them, because you're saying, don't do that, this is what you should be doing. Don't do that, this is what you should be doing, right? I think I saw something with yelling. I don't do a lot of yelling, to be honest. Maybe with my dog, like I'll get firmer. You know what I mean? It's like if I see something, it's like, hey, I said enough, like place. You know what I mean? But I don't really yell too much. A lot of my language is just all spoken through here. You know. When dog is too slow, same thing. So a lot of times it's a little bit of a pick me up. If I'm walking this way, the leash is kind of like, come on, let's go, a little bit of pressure to move the dog. And once I feel the wheels turning, once I feel, let me come over here for a second. Once I feel, I'm the dog, right? Once I feel this, pressure comes off. So you give that little motivational tug, make sure your pressure is not going up, because you have a small dog. Muffin is low to the ground. So you don't want your pressure going up this way. You want to make sure your pressure is going this way. Get him kind of going, pressure comes off. You need to practice feeling more comfortable using a little bit more pressure, because sometimes you're a little bit softer. Doesn't mean yank, crank, and pull on your dog, but feel what it is to get him to a certain point and then shut it off so then he can do it. So he realizes, oh, that's all I have to do to get going? Okay, cool, no problem. And then he'll kind of just walk with you. Cool? One more question, then I'm out. Because Jen's getting mad I'm not helping her out. Yeah, no problem. What else do we have, guys? Waiting for that question, folks. We worry about that. Don't worry about that, Auntie. Listen, I don't play soccer. I play hockey, all right? Oh, you see that cross? Listen, Hugh, you will get crossed, okay? If you bring out a basketball when I head over to Hong Kong, when we're not training dogs, you will get crossed. Do not go there. Actually, you know, I don't even know, because you work for the NBA, so I don't know. Actually, I might want to take that back, but we can play some ball. I haven't balled in a minute, but I am from New York City, so on the playground is where I spent most of my days, right? And we're going to have to roll too, for sure. I am a white belt on the mat. Go easy on me, son. Let's see. You know what? I got to be honest with you, Mr. Six. I use okay and yes kind of the same way. Kim Greco, who's also Paul's Impossibilities, asked me about that. And for me, it's more of an energy thing. So I use yes when I'm going to reward for a toy. Sometimes okay is just you're kind of free to do your thing. All right? But for Trudy, don't worry about it. We got it. We'll handle it. We'll show you. The thing is for you, Trudy, you must come in here with dogs calm. I know you're going to be excited to see us. The dog's going to want to be excited to see us most likely. You need to come in, relax. Don't come in, hey, okay, how do we do this? We're going to walk you through it, all right? We're here for you. Andrew's here. I'm here. Jen's going to be here. I hope Andrew's going to be here. He's off, but he normally comes in anyway. And we'll show you how to do all that. Relax, calm. The same way you asked for a walk. The same way we worked on that walk. Calm. All right, guys? I am going to take off. I will see you guys next time. Oh, you only bring in Darcy? That's cool. Yeah, you can bring Darcy. That's all right. You can bring both of them if you want. Or you want to work one this time, one the next week, and then both after that. That works also. Yoda, you're late. We're out. You're going to have to watch the replay. Guys, thanks for sticking around. I will see you in the next Periscope session. Later. We got you, Trudy. I got you. I will help you for sure. That's a good question. I don't know what he's doing over there in Hong Kong, but he's doing something. He's not